Hi, lock lovers. I'm back again. Just a couple tips for those of us who take care of our hair by ourselves, but sometimes you just want to treat yourself. Maybe once every 3 months or so, you want to go and get your hair washed or styled, or especially if you have to color it. Here's how I recommend that you should go about choosing a stylist. The first thing you would want to do is to ask her, how do you lock the hair? What methods do you use? And if she can show them to you, because you don't want that you have your hair maybe palm rolled and then she uses the twisting technique, or maybe you want your hair interlocked and she uses something else. So you don't want, and why is that important? Because if she does that, it may disrupt the pattern that you already have, and you may have little not dents. Yeah, you may have some dents or bumps in your locks because it's a different pattern that she's putting in. Some people don't mind, but I'm just saying, this is just maybe a maintenance that you're going for because you know how to take care of your locks. You just want a little bit of pampering. So you want to ask her first, what methods do you use? The second thing is to ask her, let me see your book, of styles that you can do. If she comes and tells you foolishness about, oh, just bring me a picture of the style you want and I can create it. Trust me, girl, I can create it. No, no, no. Let her show you a book of styles that she has. She should have something in her toolbox, to represent herself. If she doesn't, that's kind of dicey if you ask me. The third thing, and not a lot of people do this, but if you're trying to go somewhere local, check your beauty supply stores. A lot of times they will know hairstylists or places of very good reputation that people are always happy with their work and that they'll recommend, oh yes, go to so and so. A lot of the customers in here, they come in from her shop to get A, B, C, and D, and they love the finished product and their hair looks nice and healthy. I would recommend her, yada yada. So that's a third thing that a lot of people don't use, and quite frankly, I didn't use that myself when I first started. So that's one good tip. The next thing is, what type of products is she going to use? Yes, it is important, even though it's just once every 3 months or so, because you are going to have to get that product out yourself when you have to wash it out. Maybe you don't want the waxes and too much, an overload of butters or too many chemically mixtures that just not necessary. I'm not saying everything has to be organic and so forth, but you maybe something light that you can wash out, not something heavy that is going to give you hell to take out later on. So make sure you know what type of product she's going to be using. Ask her what she uses on a regular basis. And observe, watch and see. Well, can I just see how you do this client's hair? Observe, look at how she does it. The technique and the amount of time that she's taking. Is she stopping every single minute to go and ask somebody to go and get her something to eat? Is she talking on the phone whole time and wasting time between doing the client's hair? Those are things that irritate people, especially if you just go once in a while. Forget it if you go all the time. You'll be like, two through. The next question, the next tip, the next and last tip is, yes, how could I even forget about that? How could I even forget? Can they color? Can they color the hair? Of course, they're going to tell you yes, but you have to see examples. Could they explain, not the entire process, like, well, first I do this, first next I do that. You know what I'm talking about. How do you go about coloring locks? What do you recommend to take care of colored locks? If they can't give you, well, you have to do your research also. You should know the answer to most of those questions, or at least have a basic rundown, because you don't want any person doing your hair. So that is something that you should ask. And also, a loctician is supposed to not only make styles, but know how to, and give you advice on how to maintain those locks. If she can give you all of that, then that may be a good start in finding a loctician. And yes, it is that serious to ask all of those questions. I know it may be a little bit intimidating, especially if you're going somewhere local in your little hometown or in your city, and some of the stylists might look at you like, well, who she thinks she is asking me all of these questions? Oh, please. No, it is that serious, because your hair is important to you. You don't want to come out there and 2 months later you have dents, or you have a product in your hair that's going to itch the hell out of it. You don't want any of that stuff. So yes, these things are important. And a stylist is supposed to be able not only to create a style, but be able to show you how not only to maintain it, but how to how to groom your hair in general. She should be able to look at that hair and see, okay, you have some weak spots, or I notice you've been keeping the hair very healthy. Continue on that regimen, or she could suggest to you a regimen that you can use. But anyway, those are just a couple tips I know I would be considering if I were to go to a loctician. I am not going back to a loctician unless you'll have to drag me in there. Too much bad experiences, or too much trifling stuff, or too much waiting around, eating, talking around me. I'm not able. And then when I come out, my hair is like a mass, like, No, sorry for that face, but most of the time when I go in, oh my gosh, tight. After I done tell the lady, please do not do it so tight. I'm tender-headed, and I try to be a little reasonable, but halfway down the block, I'm already picking the style out. So, but to you guys who are willing to take the chance, and it is your right. You want to pamper yourself, and it's worth it, right? But anyway, those are my tips for choosing a loctician. Okay, lock lovers, until next time, bye.